This is Phantom Electric Ghost, and last night we did a Facebook Live performance in our full stagecraft, which means we wore our LED hoodie and Phantom mask, and we used our roll and go mixer to put together a live performance. And this live performance featured a brand new song we called The Bard, and the Barmaid Fuck. So this episode is explicit, which we put the warning on if you don't like that. We also used another song that we did a couple days ago called The Depth of Blue Pink Noise. We actually started off with The Depths of Blue Pink Noise and did a live performance of that. And then the rest of the concert was this new song that we created on the spot, which is The Bard and the Barmaid Fuck. And there's this story that Josephine came up with of a poet going to a bar. He's getting plastered and getting out of sorts, and he sees this barmaid, and he totally gets a connection. And this connection becomes so apparent that they have a liaison, one night stand, and the whole song is about that collision of synesthesia that caused that sexual encounter. And we just used a typical hardware workflow to build this structure. We love to use the BeatStep Pro with the JDXI drum machines. We were playing with 808s, 909s, 727s, 627s. So those were the drum machines that we used with some beats that we had built in the chain patterns. We used that MX1 performance mixer in real time to do a lot of stuff with the bit crush and the delay. We had our Moog and DFAM running kind of in the background, not as heavy, but we used the System 1M, which we use a lot for atmospheric sound. You can see us triggering it with the Arturia BeatStep Pro. Cool thing about the BeatStep Pro that we still like to use in our workflow is the fact it can control 3 synths. So it's controlling the JDXI drum machine and the System 1M, and then a second part of the JDXI, which we use like a baseline sequence that we can run through in a chain pattern. So what that allows me to do as a single artist, with the BeatStep Pro being up on a 3-tiered level track, if you look at the YouTube video, it allows me to trigger things, kind of like people trigger with, Novation keypads or MPCs or Akai Forces or any kind of, MIDI controller. I've been using this controller for a long time, and it's been very useful. I've actually used it in New York City and Boston for live performances. So what we did, these live performances tend to go like an hour. We reached up to 500 people on our Facebook. We've got pretty good, attendance on our new channel page, which is directly at Phantom Electric Ghost. So it's at Phantom Electric Ghost on Facebook. You can find this concert. We are going to be pushing it up to YouTube. And we did a couple edits. We did an edit that we worked on initially. And then we're working with a video leap edit that we're actually uploading right now. It's going to end up on YouTube. It's probably going to be the original version, unedited, a video version that we did with Splice to put it in a landscape mode, and then this video leap version that has effects added to the concert after the fact. Though on Facebook we did use an effect that caused like multiple camera shots to occur on the actual live presentation. So that is originally from the original show. Now, yesterday we saw that the UDO Super 6, their website finally has some information, has some good pictures of that synth. That synth is a real, big desire for me, because what the cool thing about that synth is it gives you something that's unique, but then is somewhat going backward in that it's got a workflow. It's kind of, probably the best workflow on any synth since the Mini Moog is the Jupiter 8 workflow. And I believe the UDO Super 6 has a workflow that's very similar to a Jupiter 8. And then, the Juno 106 and the Juno 60 kind of dumbed that down a little bit. Well, but it looks like the UDO is kind of a nod to both of those machines. Like the Jupiter 8 is like the best workflow of a polysynth I've ever seen. It's very intuitive, very easy to get the stuff. And then it's got the patch buttons and it's really simple to get into what you want to do. You don't have to dive down that far to figure out what's going on. Juno 60 just made it a little bit more abbreviated, less controls, less oscillators, less capability, but then unique sounds. Looks like the UDO is kind of a nod to both of those, but kind of leaning more toward the Jupiter by giving you more knob functions, more sliders. And so that's cool. And it doesn't even look, there's no LED on that machine at all. I'm not sure if they're going to create a way to like hook an iPad up to it to dive into anything, in the firmware. Right now, it looks like their philosophy is everything should be on the panel and there's nothing you really need to dive down to. Not sure if there are shift buttons or anything. Apparently, when you look at it, it doesn't look like there's any kind of shift button or any kind of way to get to other features. But typically with the synth, because things come out, there's probably going to be some way to do some kind of key that you have to press to do something else. Because there's always something that you end up forgetting and then they end up adding it. But we'll see if they've kept their aesthetic to like not do that. It sounds like they said, well, if it's too complicated, don't do it. So that's been their philosophy, which is pretty cool. And then the other synth that's pretty cool for the money is the Hydra synth at 1300. And it's got the nod to the CS80 with a ribbon strip and a polyphonic aftertouch, which even I don't think that this synth has that. I'm not sure if the UDO has that. I gotta look at it. I don't see it clearly stated that it has it, so maybe it doesn't. The other synth that would compete directly with the Super 6 is the actual Jupiter X. Now, the Jupiter XM was kind of maligned by all the Behringer boys, saying they wanted it to be fully analog and they were just slamming it. But then there's really good YouTube videos out there showing that the XM actually has like all these filters, kind of like what the System A has. And the combination of all the filters with the 5 parts gives it a capability that a Jupiter 8 can't do. And so the Jupiter XM actually looks better than it seems. Seems like it's a good replacement for a JDXI, though it doesn't have the full analog part, so maybe that's not correct. But it does have like the 4-part, 5-part that my JDXI has that I use in the concert I just talked about, because the JDXI, because it has the drum machine part, you can run it through MIDI with a sequencer. It's running a totally separate lines. And then you can actually have it run on one of the synths, like a bass line. And then on another synth, I was able to do a MIDI through and pull a System 1M through it. So there's a lot of capability with that synth. And it looks like since the 5-part structure that's similar to what's on the JDXIs and the XM, now you could have like a Juno 106, polyphonic SH101, Jupiter 8, all those synths running simultaneously along with drum machines, which is pretty powerful. So if you look at that and you're trying to do performance, and you don't want a real big thing to lug around, Jupiter XM is a pretty good concept. If you're a DJ that's moving toward actually doing live performance, the Jupiter XM is a pretty good machine. If you link that with an Akai Force or even a BeatStep Pro or any other MIDI controller system, you could do a lot of damage. When you play, you could have a lot of things going on. So the Jupiter X just gives you the full workflow of a Jupiter with those same capabilities. And I'm not sure if it has a sequencer. It seems like it just has the arpeggiator, which is kind of a loss. So then that leads you to say, okay, with all these synths, including the Matriarch and the Hydra synth and the UDO Super 6, what's the other synth I want? What I've been talking about is the new Phantom. Because the new Phantom does a couple of things. It actually has analog filters, analog circuits. It actually has, separate outputs for those filters. And I think inputs as well. So that's one of the things that the Jupiter XM and the Jupiter X are missing. So then you're like rolling, like, why did you do that? It's like, if you put the analog filter on the Jupiter XM and the Jupiter X, I think people would have been jumping up and down saying they love it. But they put more of the analog behavioral modeling filters on those synths, but they actually put the real analog filter into the Phantom. But then they don't have the full plug out capability of the X or XM on the Phantom. They've got it more like the like super natural engine. So it has a bunch of stuff coming from this like supernatural engine, which basically, you can get Jupiter A pads and stuff on it, kind of like on a Juno. My Juno has stuff from the D50. It's got Juno stuff. It's got Juno 106 stuff. It's got Juno 60 stuff. It's got Jupiter 8. So it's got all this stuff is like in it as supernatural sounds. So similar to the big module, the Integra 7. So it seems like it's got like an Integra 7 kind of core, which the Zen core seems to have, with some analog behavioral modeling that's in there. It's got like a D50 partial capability with a virtual joystick. But then what's really cool is it's got the RD piano. So since I'm a keyboard player, having the RD piano engine in there is pretty cool. And the fact that it looks like maybe it could bring other engines in. I did put a call in the Sweetwater to say, can this thing do plug out like a System 8? And it said, well, basically no. So that's kind of a disappointment, because you want to, like, if you're going to have an all-in-one machine, they seem to have all the parts. But I think they want people to have a reason to get the Jupiter, which would be the plug out. So that's disappointing. But if you're going to do one synth and you got to perform and you want to, use it in your studio, the Phantom looks like a really good choice. If you want a performance synth that's purely performance and you want to do something that's different to everybody else and have a different sound, well, you got to wait because it's not out and we don't know when it's coming. But the UDO Super 6 looks like a good synth. To give you a unique sound is a synth that I'm kind of leaning toward. Next to the Matriarch, I kind of go back and forth between the Moog Matriarch because that paraphonic powerhouse, and it's got all these modules that you can't get from Moog. The CP3 mixer, it's got all these like awesome modular parts and then a real analog delay. But then Matriarch has the same kind of issue in that the grandmother had an analog spring reverb, and then they don't put it in a Matriarch. So they basically, there's a reason to buy it. There's a reason to buy the grandmother to get the spring reverb and use it kind of like an effect pedal, and then have that changed to a Matriarch. And then use the delay and a reverb, but it's an expensive delay. It's $700-800 machine just to get the reverb out of it. But there are things in the grandmother. It's like more portable. It gives you a lot of capability. You can get like 3 oscillators out of it, maybe even 4, because you can turn the LFO into an oscillator. So it's pretty powerful. And up until the Matriarch, it's a really good choice. So if you wanted the lead machine and you don't want to get a mini Moog and you want that modular sound of the CP3 mixer and those capabilities, and it can do paraphonic sound, it can do paraphonic. But the Matriarch's got the 4 oscillators, it's got the stereo path with the stereo filters, the stereo VCAs, stereo delay. So, if you're into that, that's pretty cool. Again, if you're into the Ghost, we're always looking for people to give us sponsorships. You can become a subscriber. You can be a sponsor. We have a Patreon. If you donate to our Patreon more than $20, we'll send you a hard copy CD from Amazon.com of our OPZ album, The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb. All you got to do is do a voice memo on Anchor, give us your Instagram username, and then we'll send you a direct message to get information on where to mail it once we see that you sent your donation in. Either way, also, if you become a subscriber and you do the $9 per month and you do it for more than 2 months, then we will send you a copy of the album. Once you pass the 2-month point, we will send you a copy of The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb. So, we thank everyone for listening to The Ghost. We have our press release out. You can link to that. You can check out our Facebook page, which is at Phantom Electric Ghost. We have a blogger page, Phantom Electric Ghost on Blogger. And we hope to talk to you again. If you're a band and you want to talk to us, it's the same drill. Send us a voice memo with your Instagram username, and we'll put you on the schedule. Thank you very much.
This is Phantom Electric Ghost Live. Here we go. Gonna play last song we did last night. I'm not just one of your toys. You're not just another girl you throw around with the boy. I'm not that, so you blue taint noise. I'm not the kind of ghost that you can't avoid. I'm not the GRL you throw around with the rest of your boys. I'm that boy. I'm that blue taint noise. Not someone you can avoid. Without the try, just another kind of boy. Deep in that blue pink noise. I'm not the GRL you throw out with the boy. I'm not the kind of girl you throw around with the toy. I am that blue pink noise. I'm not someone in the void. I'm not the one that's so easily destroyed. I'm not the dancer blue taint noise. I'm not the child that you throw around with the boys. I'm not another one that's stuck in the void. I'm not just another toy. You can't destroy. Into the depths of sound and void. Into the depths of girl you destroy. Into the depths of blue pink noise. You can't avoid. No boy. The knowledge you destroy. Null and void. Null and void. Null and destroy. Into the depths of blue pink void. Into the depths of woman and destroy. I'll ever come back from home. But I'm back here now. You're my toy. I'll pass you around, my fans. I'll pass you around, my fans. And I don't know what's tonight. We gon' feel late at night. Why it's like you died by moonlight. Why it's like inside moonlight. Every night. Into the depths of the void. Into the depths of the woman you destroyed. Into the depths of the noise. And you can't avoid. And I'm void. Resurrection, you have no choice. You're not born of recollection. No choice. Into the depths of the noise. I wanna lose you. One without you destroyed. Coming back for the boy. Coming back for the boy. For the woman without you destroyed. Depths of the blue thing going. For the depths of the blue thing boy. Just know we are how you thought you destroyed. Back me out like a toy. And now you're the one you're gonna need. Don't know what the end. Over world. Just another traveler down the road. Just another. You couldn't carry the load. Just another. Butterfly plane destroyed. Just another. Lost in the blue thing boy. Just another lost and blue and boy. Just another woman you thought you destroyed. So overjoyed. But now you're gonna feel the depth of my pain and noise. Into the depths of white and noise. Trying to avoid that you thought you could avoid. Now you're destroyed. Down in the depths of the blue boy. Down in the depths of what you thought you could avoid. End up destroyed. End up destroyed. Just another path that you couldn't avoid. Just another path that you couldn't avoid. Just another path that you couldn't avoid. Just to get down to the big noise. Just another path that you couldn't avoid. Tossed into the depths of the big noise. Just another path that you couldn't avoid. Just another path that you totally destroyed. Tossed into the depths of the big noise.